Now, from the area's leader in live local news, this is WYLN News, the area's #1 source of live local news and information in Luzerne, Schuylkill, Carbon, and Columbia counties. WYLN News starts now.
Good evening, and thank you for joining us on WYLN News. I'm Derek Martinez. A former volunteer firefighter in Hazel Township has pled guilty to attempted aggravated assault. According to officials, James Anthony Lockwood was a firefighter with the Harwood Volunteer Fire Company when he caught a Jeep full of teenagers trespassing on the fire company's property around 11:30 p.m. on June 15th. Troopers say Lockwood yelled at the teens to leave and fired shots at the Jeep as it left the scene. According to investigators, no injuries were reported in the incident, but one bullet entered the hood and impacted the battery in the Jeep. Lockwood has been removed from his position as a firefighter and was scheduled to stand trial beginning on Friday. Instead, officials say Lockwood pled guilty to a felony count of attempted aggravated assault in exchange for his other charges being dropped. The plea was accepted, and Lockwood's sentencing has been scheduled for February 20th. Lockwood remains free on $50,000 unsecured bail. Jared Wolf of Milton has been taken into custody after police say a female victim was found dead in Sunbury. According to police, officers were dispatched to the 1000 block of Court Street in Sunbury around 2 p.m. on Friday, January 3rd. Upon arriving at the scene, police say a woman was found lying in the street with a gunshot wound in the chest. The woman was later pronounced dead. Following an investigation, police learned that Jared Wolf, the victim, and 2 other people had been together smoking what Wolf believed to be weed. According to the criminal complaint, Wolf told officers he had been using a paranormal meter to check a statue for energy when he thought he detected someone trying to put a white rag with something on it over his mouth. Wolf told police that he thought the people were trying to kill him and eat him, and ran out of the home to retrieve his gun from his vehicle. When he was outside, police say the victim opened the passenger door to the vehicle and Wolf fired the gun at her. Following a search, police say they discovered synthetic marijuana and multiple smoking devices inside the home. Wolf has been charged with murder along with other charges in connection with the incident. Senator Dave Argel has announced that the Senate Majority Policy Committee will soon be kicking off a series of public hearing and workshops regarding the vacant state centers in Whitehaven, Hamburg, and Polk. The 3 state centers have been closed and unused for several years while costing taxpayers millions of dollars. The first workshop discussion will take place on Thursday, January 9th at the Hamburg Strand Theater, located at 6 South 4th Street in Hamburg, PA. The meeting will take place from 2 p.m. to 4 p.m. Participants at the meeting will include President of the Greater Whitehaven Chamber of Commerce, Lisa Miller, representatives from the Pennsylvania Department of General Services, and multiple state senators and representatives. To watch the meeting live, you can visit policy.pasenateglp.com. The Hazleton area girls basketball game scheduled for Tuesday, January 7th has been postponed. The Cougars were originally scheduled to take on the Berwick Bulldogs at 7 p.m. The game has not yet been rescheduled. Stay tuned on WYLN News for updates. Coming up on WYLN News, the Plymouth Borough Council announces an upcoming bridge closure. Plus, Wilkes-Barre City Police search for a missing person. But first, we'll take a look at our 5-day forecast brought to you by the WYLN Weather Kids. We'll be right back.
Brought to you by the Lehigh Valley Orthopedic Institute, the region's only nationally ranked hospital. We turn setbacks into comebacks one movement at a time. Learn more at lvhn.org/ortho or 833-LV-ORTHO.
My name is Andy, and tomorrow is going to be sunny.
We want your child to be our WYLN Weather Kid. Your child can be our feature weather reporter of the day on WYLN News and WYLN social media posts, just by using your smartphone or any video recording device. It's easy. All ages are welcome, from toddlers to teens. To find out how, go to the weather section of WYLNTV.com or look for our post about it on the WYLN News Facebook page. Submit your Weather Kid video today. Hey, did you know WYLN posts news stories and other bonus content on social media all week long? The Weather Kids, Fresh from the Farm, Everyday Heroes, Let's Talk Sports, Feel Good Friday, daily news stories, and more. Visit WYLNTV.com, Facebook, and YouTube to check it out. WYLN, the local leader on social media. We're your local network.
This week on Let's Talk Chiropractic, Mark Steller had pain for months. Wasn't happy with his chiropractic results. He came here. We're going to show you a video of how we got his back fixed. Stay tuned.
Come shoot at Whitetail Preserve, 118 Boulevard Road in Bloomsburg. Their skeet, trap, and sporting clay fields are professionally designed, and all stations are handicap accessible. Whitetail Preserve has resident shooting instructors certified by the NRA in shotgun, rifle, pistol, home safety, and personal protection in the home. Whitetail can also cater any size event, whether it be a private party, corporate event, or wedding. Call 570-384-2314 or 570-790-8969. WYLN programming is online all the time. Visit our website at WYLNTV.com to check out archive shows and a live stream of our broadcasts. And don't forget to visit all of our social media pages for breaking news, weather, and sports. You can also head directly to our YouTube page for all our programming at youtube.com/WYLNTV35. Subscribe and ring that bell so you get notified every time there's a new show available online. When you see news happening in your neighborhood, call WYLN News at 570-459-1869 or email us at news@WYLNTV.com or send us a message on social media through Facebook. WYLN, we're your local network.
Welcome back to WYLN News. The Plymouth Borough Council has announced that the Coal Creek Bridge will soon be closed for construction. According to a press release, the bridge will be closed beginning on Monday, January 13th, to allow for the construction of the Coal Creek Wall Replacement Project. Weather permitting, the project is expected to be completed near the end of spring. Officials say detours will be in place to help navigate around the closure. During the project, the Lee Street Bridge will remain open and emergency services will continue. The Wilkes-Barre City Police Department is searching for a missing person. 28-year-old Nicholas Vale is described as standing 5 feet 5 inches tall and weighing 150 pounds. Anyone with information regarding his whereabouts is asked to contact Detective McGrath at 570-208-6699. Wise Markets in West Hazleton is hosting a Roundup at the Register event to benefit the United Way of Greater Hazleton. During the month of January, customers shopping at the West Hazleton Wise Markets can round up their total at checkout to support the cause. Funding for the United Way will help support local programs like the Stuff the Bus program, the Nurses Pantry, and the Dolly Parton Imagination Library. The West Hazleton Wise Markets is located at 100 Wise Lane in West Hazleton. The Pennsylvania Farm Show is continuing this week through Saturday, January 11th. The Farm Show is the largest indoor agricultural exposition under one roof in the nation. The event showcases a wide variety of animals, food, and agricultural products central to the agriculture industry in Pennsylvania. Special events on Wednesday will include the Youth Fleece the Shawl contest, a tractor square dancing demonstration, a barnyard balloon show, and an aquaculture and fish farming presentation. The Farm Show is located inside the Pennsylvania Farm Show complex at 2300 North Cameron Street in Harrisburg. Each day, the complex opens at 8 a.m. Admission is free, but parking is $15 per vehicle. Coming up on Shenandoah's News Choice, Chris Fulmer leads us down the path through history with Frackville Part 2. Plus, we discuss tips for teen drivers on this week's Trooper Talk Tuesday. And stay right here on WYLN. We'll be right back.
Hey, it's Justin from Grand Central, and our trained sleep professionals are here to help you sleep like never before. With an extensive line of Sealy and Stearns & Foster mattresses, we are sure to find you the right mattress at the right price. Free delivery and removal, interest-free financing for up to 60 months, and same or next day delivery on select models.
And don't forget, everyday low prices.
Stop in to one of our 2 locations,
Route 93 in Escapec,
Or downtown Hazleton.
and see why Northeast and Central Pennsylvania sleeps better with Grand Central.
PPW Nation, get ready for the best of PPW Season 2. Join Paul Bowe, E. Julius Kuiper, Alexander Bravado, Tom Mitchell, and Alex Watt as we take you down memory lane and relive some of the best PPW matches of all time. Saturdays at 5 p.m., Sundays at 10 p.m., only on WYLN.
Like and follow WYLN News on Facebook for the WYLN News Midday Update. When it's serious, there's only one health network with seriously innovative health institutes. Lehigh Valley Health Network, your health deserves a partner. Attention WYLN viewers, WYLN TV can now be seen on the Hazleton Service Electric Cablevision HD tier, channel 507, and over the air at 35.1. WYLN, we're your local network.
Are you waking up in the morning with a sore jaw, headaches, maybe even ringing in your ears, all because you're grinding and clenching your teeth at night? That's exactly what was going on with me. I end up going to a dentist and he wants to charge over $600 for a night guard. That's when I found this, the Brooks Night Guard. This was a game changer. It's smaller than other night guards that I tried, which is a good thing because it doesn't make me gag. It could fit on the top or the bottom of the teeth. It's lightweight and super comfortable. Now the Brooks Night Guard redirects the bite force away from the back teeth, reducing jaw pain while still protecting the teeth. This unique design is what makes Brooks Night Guard different from all other traditional grind guards. Go to brooksnightguard.com and order yours today. Your teeth will thank you for it in the morning.
Go to brooksnightguard.com and use the promo code to activate your special TV offer. That's brooksnightguard.com. Order today and take advantage of this special TV offer. Your teeth will thank you for it in the morning.
Like and follow WYLN News on Facebook for the WYLN News Midday Update, posted daily between noon and 2 p.m., powered by Lehigh Valley Health Network. When it's serious, there's only one health network with seriously innovative health institutes. Lehigh Valley Health Network, your health deserves a partner.
As Frackville grew in the late 1800s, it, like many similar anthracite region towns, saw an influx of immigrants from all over the world. Each group would build their own churches with their own religious rites. St. Peter's United Church of Christ, Zion Lutheran Church, the Methodist Episcopal Church, and St. Michael's Ukrainian Catholic Church were but a few of the houses of worship that would take root on the mountain. Industry also took root in Frackville as the century turned. Like with much of the rest of Schuylkill County, textile manufacturing would be big business for the community. The William E. Bellis Garment Factory, which was later reused as the Martin Dress Factory, the H.D. Bob Shirt Factory, the Charles Rabin Factory, which made bathrobes and smoking jackets and at one time had a contract for Jackie Gleason, and the Model Garment Factory were just a few of the institutions that pumped out clothing for America and the world. Other businesses besides textiles would also make their mark in Frackville. The Pennsylvania Saw Company made high-quality vanadium saws for several years. After it had closed, it then became the Robbins Door and Sash Company's factory. With the rising population, a town high school became a necessity for Frackville as well. The first high school would open in 1886 at the corner of Frack and Balliet Streets. Later to be renamed the Town Clock Building for the large clock added atop its roof in later years, it would later be given the name Roosevelt School in 1925, by which time it had been converted to an elementary school. A second high school would be built and opened in 1893 at the junction of Frack Street and Broad Mountain Avenues. Originally called the East Side School, it would later, after converting to elementary-only status, be called the Franklin School. It was replaced in 1914 by a third high school, this one called the Lincoln School. While it too would become an elementary school, it, unlike its predecessors, still stands today as an apartment complex. The fourth and longest-lasting Frackville High School opened in 1925 at the corner of Oak and Center Streets. Known as the Washington School, it would be expanded in the 1950s. Countless generations of Frackville Mountaineers passed through its halls until Frackville High School was merged, along with high schools in Ashland and Gilberton, into the North Schuylkill School District in 1967. The Washington School also served as Frackville Elementary School until the mid-2000s. Today is the site of Frackville's Borough Hall. Due to Frackville's location high on a mountain, it proved difficult for trolley lines to reach it during the decades when the trolley became ubiquitous across America. This hurdle would finally be conquered in 1905 when the Schuylkill Electric Railway Company's trolley line was built north from St. Clair to Frackville. In 1916, it would be extended through Frackville proper and north to intersect with the rest of the trolley company's established lines. By that time, however, the automobile was starting its rise to prominence, and the trolley's time was fading. Trolley service in Frackville would only last a short time before being discontinued in 1927. The tracks, though, would remain in the streets until they were torn up in August 1944. With the rise of the automobile, roads would be built to accommodate them. In Frackville, there had previously been an old stagecoach road heading down Broad Mountain toward Gilberton, which passed through a tunnel at the mountain's peak before starting its descent. A new automobile tunnel, carrying one lane of traffic on what was originally designated Pennsylvania Route 142, opened in 1911. It carried cars down a steep grade, with a very sharp left turn halfway down that was the scene of many accidents, into the town of Maysville before continuing 3 miles northeast to Shenandoah. A wider tunnel, able to carry 2 lanes of traffic, was constructed alongside the original in 1937 in conjunction with improvements to the road down the mountain. This tunnel's opening on October 7, 1937, featured a car parade along the new route to Shenandoah and back. Due to frequent bottlenecks down Maysville, where Route 142 intersected with what was then Route 45, this routing was bypassed with the construction of the Gold Star Highway in 1963. A 4-lane divided highway all the way from Frackville to Shenandoah, it was named in honor of the area's World War II Gold Star mothers that had lost a son in combat. The Gold Star Highway offered an easier grade up and down the mountain than the previous routing through Maysville. The 1937 tunnel atop Broad Mountain was torn down in 1992, although its concrete abutments can still be glimpsed as one drives past on what is now Route 924. The 1911 tunnel still stands next to the roadway, but has been filled in. Just west of Frackville, an alternate educational institution was founded around this time. What was originally called the Immaculate Heart Academy opened in 1927 in nearby Fountain Springs. Originally run by the Sisters, servants of the Immaculate Heart of Mary, it was originally intended as an all-girls school. It was changed to a coeducational Catholic facility in 1952 and switched to the name Immaculate Heart High School. With the closing of Ashland's St. Joseph's High School and Girardville's Catholic High School of the same name in 1956, Immaculate Heart took in students from these schools and expanded its reach in the area. In 1967, it would change its name again to Cardinal Brennan High School, in honor of Shenandoah's Cardinal Francis Brennan, the first American to reach the rank of cardinal. Brennan passed away a year later without having the chance to visit the school, but it carried on his name with honor for decades to come. Cardinal Brennan High School was closed by the Diocese of Allentown in 2007 as part of its consolidation of Catholic schools in the diocese. The school building still stands today, however. Fountain Springs would also be the site of several breweries in the early 20th century. While many coal region breweries such as Yuengling's, Kyer, and the Columbia Brewing Company would have long years in business, however, none of these breweries would last long. The first and perhaps most successful was the William E.C.M. and Henry R. Engel and Schmidt Brewery, which opened for business in 1897. It would operate through 1909. A new company, the Fountain Springs Brewing Company, opened in its stead the same year. It was open for 11 years, before the onset of Prohibition in 1920 forced its shutdown, with the federal government seizing the brewery when it was found trying to circumvent the national no-beer order. Once the ban on alcohol ended in 1933, a third brewery quickly stepped in to try and resume production. The Pure Springs Brewing Company had the capacity to produce 3,000 barrels of low-alcohol near beer per month and used pure mountain water in its brewing process. Its operating career, however, would be cut short on January 15, 1934, when a fire broke out in the boiler house and then spread to the rest of the complex. While the beer that had recently been brewed at the facility was able to be saved, the brewery itself was a total loss, with damages estimated close to $1.5 million in today's money. It would not be rebuilt, and the owner would later serve time for tax fraud and making the brewery a front for an alcohol diverting ring. Frackville itself would also be home to a mostly unsuccessful brewery, the Frackville Brewing Company, which did business at the corner of Middle and Chestnut Streets for exactly 1 year before closing in 1934.
SJ Kowalski is your Mitsubishi Diamond Contractor. They can install a Mitsubishi electric Mr. Slim ductless heating and cooling system. Mr. Slim systems are designed to make any living space in your home inviting. You can have a different temperature control for every room in your home. The money-saving technology can save you 25 to 50% on your heating bill. For Mitsubishi, Rinnai, and trained comfort specialists, call SJ Kowalski at 570-455-2600. Come shoot at Whitetail Preserve 118 Boulevard Road in Bloomsburg. Their skeet, trap, and sporting clay fields are professionally designed, and all stations are handicapped accessible. Whitetail Preserve has resident shooting instructors certified by the NRA in shotgun, rifle, pistol, home safety, and personal protection in the home. Whitetail can also cater any size event, whether it be a private party, corporate event, or wedding. Call 570-384-2314 or 570-790-8969.
This week on Let's Talk Chiropractic, Mark Steller had pain for months, wasn't happy with his chiropractic results. He came here. We're going to show you a video of how we got his back fixed. Stay tuned.
PPW Nation, get ready for the best of PPW Season 2. Join Paul Bowe, E. Julius Kuiper, Alexander Bravado, Tom Mitchell, and Alex Watt as we take you down memory lane and relive some of the best PPW matches of all time. Saturdays at 5 p.m., Sundays at 10 p.m., only on WYLN.
Hello, I'm WYLN historian Chris Fulmer. Pennsylvania's communities are filled with interesting history. Come with me as we discover the people, events, industries, and other historic facets of local towns.
Hi everybody, welcome back to Trooper Talk Tuesday. I'm Trooper Anthony Petrowski, Troop and Public Information Officer. Today I'm talking about teen drivers. Yes, your teenage son or daughter got their driver's license and they're out and about and they're driving on their own. Now, here's the thing. It's January, it's cold, snow's on its way, right? If your teen driver has never driven in snow, it might not be a bad idea to either go with them one time or let them ride with you in a snowy encounter. This way they could see how to properly drive. They may be nervous their first time driving in snow, but a good rule of thumb is this: always plan ahead. Know if it's going to be bad weather. This way, if you don't want to be out in the snow driving, you don't have to be. Plan ahead, look at the weather. Also, make sure your vehicles are good to go. Make sure your tires have good tread. Make sure your windshield washer fluid is filled up. Make sure your windshield wipers are working. Make sure your headlights and tail lights are working also. This stuff matters in the event of inclement weather, including snow. Teen drivers, when you're driving in inclement weather, whether it's pre-planned or it just happens out of the blue, slow down. Slow down. If you're on the interstate and you go below the speed limit, put your four-way hazard lights on. That lets the cars approaching you know that you're going slow, you're going below the speed limit. Slow down, get where you're going safe. Beyond the inclement weather, one thing we're going to talk about with all drivers, but specifically with teen drivers right now, is distracted driving. Distracted driving is defined as anything that takes your eyes off of the roadway. When you're behind the wheel of that car, Your eyes need to be on the road at all times. Put the phone down. It can wait. Put the phone down if you get an important call or text message and you think it's going to bother you from taking your eyes off the road. Pull over, use your phone and get back on the road. That's the responsible thing to do. And as a licensed driver in Pennsylvania, it's our responsibility to make sure the roads are safe. Maintain eyes on the road at all time and ensure that you're getting where you're going safely, but not only you, all the cars around you. Thanks for hanging here with Trooper Talk Tuesday. I'll see you next time.
You're watching WYLN TV 35.